In Africa, fisheries are very, very diverse because we have inland fisheries that are lakes and rivers and also coastal fisheries. So each of these fisheries face different tenure and user rights. Many of these fisheries used to be managed using community-based or customary tenure and user rights. Fortunately or unfortunately, what's happening at the moment is that many of these customary tenure and user rights have been washed away by new management practices and approaches. And the unfortunate part of it is that then they have excluded those communities which were basically depending on these fisheries resources. That means that the level of poverty in fishing communities is high, the level of malnutrition is high, gender inequality is high, general development of fisheries and people in fishing communities is high, the resources are declining. These effects are leading to challenges to achieving the SDGs as they are newly formulated. We need to apply them in a comprehensive manner if we are able to achieve the SDGs. Access to income contributes to securing food security. If women have incomes, then it contributes to gender equality. So we need to have a comprehensive manner of achieving the SDGs and not treat them in isolation. The reason why we formed a women organization was because women could not own boats, or the customs in this region did not feel that a woman should have a right to own an asset. And the best way we could be able to overcome such discriminative customs was to bring women together so that they can have a common voice. And we had successful outcomes, is that when these women owned the boats together, they were no longer looked at as an individual woman owning the boat. They were looked at as a group of women who own the boats. The post-harvest sector is one area which has a lot of irregularities on how trade is managed. So many of the women we work with, they face a lot of challenges. They are being asked taxes which they don't understand. They are being harassed in this trade. But when you bring them together, you give them the knowledge on taxes and how it should be regulated. We even have instances in Uganda where women were never allowed to stay on some of the islands, yet they are very, very productive fisheries resources. But when you come to unpack what are the underlying reasons why women were restricted, you would find that they are actually reasons which are due to lack of other basic services, like lack of sanitary, like lack of water, that when men came together on that island, they could bathe in the open water. And if you bring a woman in, then they would find that that is a challenge for them to be able to bathe openly. So that's why in my, I was highlighting from the previous case studies that to be able to address gender equality, we also need to address the other lack of basic services. The challenge with the small-scale fisheries guideline is that it is a responsibility of the national or the states to be able to change their national policies and align them to meet the desired effects of the SSF guidelines. Then that means it's going to take a political will of those independent states to be able to act. The other challenge with the SSF guidelines is that most of the civil society actors within national or developing worlds, they are not yet aware about these guidelines. We are making a great achievement on creating awareness about the guidelines within the Fisheries Institute, the Ministry of Fisheries, but still there's a lot of effort that needs to be done to bring awareness about these guidelines to all the civil society actors.